Here the F we are, and it is time to breathe again on the
What?
latest Breath of Fresh Air webcast. Everything okay on your end, Patrick?
Hell, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I got your audio, so I guess that's good. We can roll with that. Uh, but you see us, you see Patrick with me here on this episode. And yes, I know there's a lot going on. We will preview the divisional playoff round games. We will get to some NBA talk, particularly the return of Golden State Warriors guard Klay Thompson. I know it happened last week, but it was something that we didn't miss, but we just haven't been able to talk about. And, Patrick reminded me about it as well. So we're going to get on that. And then we're going to look at the MLB because whether y'all know it or not, spring training starts in less than a month, or excuse me, scheduled to start in less than a month. But they have some labor issues going on. So we'll talk about that
it
toward the
ain't
end of
working
the
through it. They ain't working through it.
show. But
As I
um,
represent Atlanta, that ain't working.
but before we get to any of that, I think it's important to have a little reminder of a few ground rules we have for this show. So, Patrick, follow my lead on this. So,
Okay.
so number one, we don't necessarily like to talk about the losing teams simply because the losing teams have all off season to go through their stuff. So we prefer to talk about the winning teams that are moving on, and then we'll come back somewhere along the line and talk about the teams that underachieved, didn't do what a lot of people thought they were going to do. Because look, we get it. The LA Chargers, for example, they didn't make the playoffs. Patrick and I didn't have them making the playoffs anyway, but a lot of people were on that Justin Herbert train. They didn't come through, simply put. And then the Indianapolis Colts, that's another team. And they projectile vomited on themselves in the last game against Jacksonville when they had a win-in scenario. Patrick and I are aware of all this. It's not that we didn't notice it. It's just that on this show, we don't talk about losing teams all that much. We
They're
talk about the
irrelevant.
winners. We congratulate the winners. And that to me is what it's all about. I know in society, everybody wants to talk about the losing teams, what happened here, what happened there, blah, blah, blah. You know that, Patrick, just as well as I do.
I ain't got
But
time for losers.
yeah, but not us. We're not worried about them. So that's one ground rule. Number two, this is a key one. Anybody who has watched this show over how long have we been doing this now, Patrick? Over 6 years now. Because
Is
our
it?
first show was, yes, because our first show was in 2015. Looked it up the other day. So
Holy
like it was in
crap!
September. Yeah, it was like in September of 2015, man. Now we had a little hiatus from it, like in between 2018, 2019 timeframe. But yeah, we got episodes going back to 2015, man. But
Holy
anybody
God.
who is but
God, I bet
but
I had hair then, didn't I?
yeah, that's true. Uh,
Shut up,
but
baby.
but anybody who has watched this show, anybody who has been a part of this show, and anybody who has come through, what's going on, William? Uh, and
How
speaking of
about
that,
them dogs?
I'm gonna get to that. But so William's comment kind of brings me to my point. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But anybody who has watched this show, anybody who has been a part of this show, anybody who's been a guest on this show knows this above all else. We do not do well with excuses. We're not trying to hear them. We're not trying to even deal with them or even contemplate them. If you or your team lost, y'all lost. The responsibility lies with y'all. Now, I don't want to hear anything about conspiracy theories with referees, none of that. We never did well with that on this show. If Patrick, so your boy William, he came on here with the comment, how about them dogs? And yes, congratulations to Georgia. But speaking of that, Patrick, you came on here one day and you wore a Alabama jersey because you lost a bet. You lost the bet, but you made no excuses about it. You gave Bama props. You said they whooped our ass. I'm going to wear this jersey. So that's what it is. So if Patrick can come on here in front of everybody in the YouTube world, in the Facebook world, wherever else, Twitter world, wherever else, and wear a jersey and live up to his promise that he would live up to the bet and not make any excuses, then we are definitely William said, how dare you, bro? He lost the bet, Will. He lost the bet.
I lost the bet, bro.
Yeah, he had to do it.
I lost the bet, man, and I was actually quite pissed off about it.
Yes, he lost the bet.
I was mad. Actually, it was a very salty episode for me. I was like, it's actually pretty funny. You should go back and watch it. It was like, what, 2018? Holy crap, man.
Like that, man. My man Patrick was itching. He was itching, wearing the jersey and everything. So it was not a fun episode for Patrick. But the point is, he lived up to his promise. He did not make any excuses. So if Patrick can do that, we are not trying to hear anything about any excuses, any of that mess. No, refs did this. No, blah, blah, blah. Refs didn't cause 19,000 penalties for y'all because y'all can't line up off sides. More on that in a minute too. But those two rules, and we don't have many rules on this show, but those two things we do not do well with. Now, with all that being said, we're going to give credit to all those teams that moved on. So, Cincinnati Bengals, Buffalo Bills.
I got a question.
Yep, go ahead.
And one thing that you're like many people don't know about this show is, bro, when we tell you this is a freestyle, it's a freestyle. I can tell you right now. Charles just said, hey, I got something to say before the show, before we really get into the show. I had no idea what's going with it. So I'm curious. What brought this on? I don't know. Did somebody tell you like making excuses for Alabama?
It is a reset of. I felt going through the last couple of days before we were about to get on this webcast, I felt it was important to restate some things. Okay. Just general ground rules of the show, because we've seen it with the comments. If people show up even after their team loses, seems to be a little bare today. We'll get to that here in a little bit, but
yeah, we'll find out.
We'll find out. Yes. So, but yeah, no, this was something that I was just kind of thinking about it, man, and it was just to me is a reinforcing of what we're about on this show, like what I strive to be about, and to let it be known, hey, these things, when we say we're about this stuff, this is what we're about. Okay. And cool. So that's what this is. So if anybody for their teams want to come on here for any excuses, we're not about it. We're not having it. So with that said, Patrick, Cincinnati Bengals, Buffalo Bills, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my San Fran 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs, and Los Angeles Rams. Congratulations on moving on to the next round. And we will talk about y'all here in a little bit. But there will be just a little bit of time spent on the frauds, spent on the fraudulent teams. The Arizona Cardinals, fraudulent team. Everybody was hyping them. Kyler Murray, I told you last week, he's not that dude. I am not sold on him at all. And then he went Carson Wentz with the interception yesterday with pressure in his face. Arizona, fraudulent team. And, of course, Patrick, the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Patrick, you know better than anybody when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. I am normally pretty critical about them. Like, you'll sit there, you'll say, hey, Charles, they're playing pretty well. I'm like, Patrick, let's pump the brakes on that, man. They're gonna mess it up in some way, shape, or form. And they do, like normal. This year, Patrick, you brought up to me, same thing. They've been playing well. They've been doing this. They've been doing that. I said, Patrick, I'm just going to relax and chill. I haven't said anything about the Cowboys, or at least not much. but
not this year. You haven't.
not this year. See, so I got it. See, I know you can vouch for me on this because I have not said much. I haven't attacked them. I haven't struck them down when the hype machine comes. I haven't said anything, but I knew, especially if my team got a chance to come down here. You remember I said that, Patrick? I would love to be the team to come down here and end the Cowboy season. And we did it. 23-17. Now, granted, yes, Jimmy Garoppolo took us on the Jimmy Garoppolo experience. He throws an he throws that interception. He'll give you one. We know that about Jimmy G. We made that game a lot harder than it had to be, but we got out of there, and now we're heading to Lambeau Field to play the Green Bay Packers. More on that in a minute. But for the Dallas Cowboys, I just want y'all, the fans, as a person who lives in Dallas-Fort Worth, I just want y'all to know this. Y'all ready? I hope y'all.
You that big old smile on your face, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's go.
Ready? All right.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
The Dallas Cowboys, they are undefeated in the paper playing trails. Undefeated. They are the undefeated paper champs in the world. Yep. They are the champs when it comes to business and marketing. On the football field, they are fraudulent. Simply put, and all of those flaws got exposed on Sunday. They're undisciplined, they're overhyped, and they're overrated. Yes, Patrick.
I will say this about them. When they ran the ball, they were very successful. The two runs that they did.
Look, but they did. But Patrick, in the grand scheme of things, they didn't run the ball well. And look, and look, and if anybody wants to come at me saying that I'm on my hot take machine, number one, we don't the hot takes. That's not what we do here. Hot takes are clickbait. That's not what we do here. Our stuff has substance. But if you think I'm just making it up, just ask the San Francisco 49ers safety Jimmy Ward. Google his comments. And the first thing he said when someone asked him, hey, what did you do to contain the Cowboys offense? It was, we stopped the run. That was our first priority, is to stop the run and see if Dak Prescott can beat us. Patrick, if Dak Prescott is an elite quarterback, what defense is going to go in there and say they want to see if said elite quarterback can beat them? You don't hear that about Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers.
He ain't going to make that comment against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to hear that against Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or no, I'm not being the dick there, Dominic. Not at all. I'm just sitting here. I'm just pointing out some stuff. So,
hey, before you say anything,
props to show up.
Props to show up. And if you missed what Charles said at the beginning, please go back and watch this. You'll see what he means. Props for showing up, because I can tell you right now, the entire year that we've watched college football, we've watched NFL, nobody showed back up after their team lost. You got much respect from this show. I'll say that right now. 100.
Great job, Dominic. Great job. But here's the thing, man. You're not hearing that about those other quarterbacks. You're not hearing that about Tom Brady. You're not hearing that about Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes or even Josh Allen. For a safety to say that we just wanted to see if we could stop the run, and if we stop the run, let's see if Dak Prescott can beat us. It didn't happen, and it doesn't happen when the Cowboys play good teams. Look, the Cowboys have talent. No, I would never say they don't have talent. They definitely have talented players all over the place.
All over the place.
The problem is the coaching staff, number one, they don't adjust to anything. This was supposed to be gone. This was supposed to be a problem of the past when they got rid of Jason Garrett. Apparently, it's still there with Mike McCarthy and especially Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator, who, for whatever reason, is on the hot list of getting head coaching jobs. I don't see why. But Micah Parsons, Here's another thing, Trick. The overhype machine. Great rookie year by Micah Parsons. He's a good player. Yep. There. Okay, Dominic. There you go. Over here talking about the refs for BS last play. How about Dak Prescott knows that he has to give the ball to the referee? That's on Dak Prescott. That
It
is
is
not
set
on
rule.
any or
It is
nothing.
set rule.
It's a simple rule, Dominic. I'm sorry. So the any player in that situation, they are trying to look for that ref because they know the ref is coming. He has to touch the ball. He has to set the ball. Okay, you're just salty. You just had to say it. Okay, I get it.
Hey, Dominic, we all have. Dude, you wait until you see my team lose.
Yeah.
You want to talk about salty?
But Micah Parsons, man, Dominic said you just have to say it. Micah Parsons is a great player, but the thing is, can we stop with the comparisons to Lawrence Taylor? Because Lawrence Taylor wrecked games. I'm old enough to remember. We are on Twitch, William.
Hey, we are on Twitch.
Yeah, we are on Twitch. Under the same thing, breath of fresh air. But Lawrence Taylor wrecked game plans. Like he single-handedly changed games with some of his plays. If Micah Parsons is on that level, he would have found a way to take over the game on Sunday. It did not happen. So what I'm saying is Micah Parsons is a very good player. Nice rookie year. But let's chill on the Lawrence Taylor comparisons. Dak Prescott, you gotta chill. Yeah, he's giving you props for your teams coming through.
Hey, bro. First of all, we haven't won a World Series since 1995, and I can't even talk about 1995. We can only go back to 2006. That's it. So we have rules on here. We don't get to talk about anything past 15 years. That's one. And two, bro, this has been a long time in the making. I'm just saying. Believe me, there has been a lot of tears on these shows, man. Believe
it. But no, man. All I'm saying is this. I won't spend too much time beating up on the Dallas Cowboys, although you know I can, Patrick. They need a mindset change. A completely
coaching change.
Yeah. Oh, what? Say that again.
They need a coaching change.
You know, I won't go that far. Me personally, I won't go that far. Yeah. So Dominic, he said the Blue Jays haven't won since 1993. So yeah, he's out of the time frame.
You're out of time frame, bro. But you can only refer to that as going, God, my team sucks because we haven't won one since 1993. That's all you can say. Other than that, it's like it never even happened.
But look, man, the Cowboys need a mindset change. I won't go that far with the coaching change simply because they did improve. All right, so they did win 12 wins this year. We'll give them that. I know it's not in the best division they're playing in, but they got 12 wins from the 6 that they had last year. The only thing you really ask is to show improvement from year to year. So we'll give them that. However, when it comes to
gotta win that first round,
well, you have to be better in situations. Situational football. Like for an example, Patrick, when they ran the fake punt. So they got the fake punt. They kept their punting team on the field, and we had our and we have our defense. We have our first team defense on the field. So I don't know what they were looking for. Then all of a sudden, 10 seconds left on the play clock. Oh, let's run our offense on there. And they got to delay a game. Stuff like that, dude. This is the stuff you're supposed to practice. And that last play, where I don't have a problem with the last play, the scramble, the little QB draw. I don't have a problem with the last play. But again, that's on Dak to find that referee, get him the ball, let him get it set. And also maybe he could have slid a little bit quicker as well. Because Patrick, time. That is the most important thing when you are in those situations, whether it's in basketball, football, hockey, whatever else. Time when you are behind is paramount. You have to conserve it. Even if you have an incomplete pass, it stops the clock. So you have to have time. Dak Prescott has to know that. Simply put, he did not play like an elite QB, and the Dallas Cowboys need a whole mindset change. They're going to have to be more more innovative with their play calling. Yes, it worked in the first couple of months, but teams adjusted. Dallas did not. You got all these shiny toys. CeeDee Lamb, he had like 1 or 2 catches for the day. Didn't do anything. Amari Cooper, outside of the 1 touchdown, he didn't do anything. He said listening to me is harsh, but yet sadly true. Dominic, my man.
God, y'all going to be friends here in a minute.
My man. Because that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I've been saying about the Cowboys for the last few years. I mean, it's not me hating. I will be the first one to come on here. And Patrick, you know this. You can vouch for me on this. I will be the first one to come on here and give props to the Cowboys. If they can show they are able to adjust. Yes, they've had a couple of years. Well, hell, they went 2016, 2018, and this year. They won the NFC East. But when the better teams are there, all the weaknesses, they're going, thank you, Dominic. Yes. Go ahead and give the 49ers props. Yes, absolutely. So look, or no, okay, I know what he's saying. He's saying the Packers are gonna beat us. That's a cheese.
Yeah, but I was fixing to correct you, but you got it.
Yeah, that's a cheese. But like I said, man, before we get on to those games, man, I just want to say it is that mindset that has to happen. As long as that mindset, that laissez-faire, we're the Cowboys, we deserve this, we deserve that, because we win the business and marketing championship and we're undefeated on the paper trail. Unless that mindset changes, then it's going to be that same result. And the Cowboys also, they could not win the physical battle. This is why people were saying this was a bad matchup for them, because we run the football and we stop the run. And when you can do those things, Patrick, you could probably finish the sentence for me by now because I've said it so much. You can win any game you come out there to play. So the Cowboys need a mindset change. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board, have adjustments, have backup plans, and
get physical.
Physical.
Physical. Because, I mean, and I said, I was saying, and I said it. I was like, look, they run the ball. If they run the ball, they can win this game. They can control the clock and they can win this game. But when you start putting it, when you're putting it on here, I mean, I just looked it up. 48 passes from Dak. 48. He only completed 23.
That's too many.
That's too many. It's too many to put on a quarterback. Regardless, I mean, look, you put 48 on Tom Brady, and he'll throw two interceptions. Last year, the Packers made him throw 35. How many interceptions did he throw? That's all I'm saying. Any quarterback, it doesn't matter how elite you are. If you are putting the ball in the air, defenses will get it. They're going to. And if you're asking Dak Prescott to throw 48 passes, eventually he's going to throw an interception. And that's what happened. So
there we go, man. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the Cowboys next time in the off season when the off season is about to when the all right, man. Thanks,
Hey,
I appreciate it.
We'll talk to you later, dude. Hey, Dom, Dominic, we're fixing to get on baseball here in just a bit. But I do want to say this, man. Congratulations to Cincinnati, who played a tough game against Las Vegas. Buffalo just really owning New England the whole game. Tampa Bay, I mean, that's a 31-15 game for Tampa Bay, but I can tell you right now that game wasn't even that close.
No.
Tampa Bay had a 31-0 at, I think it was like third quarter sometime. So Philly put a couple of scores on the board, but it really wasn't even that close. San Francisco and Dallas, man. Look, I agree with everything Charles is saying. Dallas has to have a mindset change, and if they don't get it and start getting physical, it might be the same thing over and over and over again. You got to take the ball out of Dak's hands. Yes, he's going to touch it every single play, but man, you have got to get that run game started. Kansas City, Pittsburgh played a perfect game through one quarter. After that, went down, and then Rams. I mean, that was just an outstanding defensive game for the Rams. They were ready for that high-powered offense in Arizona, and shut it down. So congratulations to all 6 of those teams, and time to pick the next round.
Yeah, and with that, man, let's start with the Cincinnati Bengals going to the Tennessee Titans. So, I'll say this, Patrick, and then, man, look, I've talked enough for the time being, so you can go ahead and you can make the picks first, man. But I'll just say this before I hand the floor over. The direction that I pick with these games, I would not be surprised if the other team won. I think these are pretty evenly matched teams here.
These are the this is gonna be the best round. Bar none. This is gonna be the best round right here.
Yes. So with that, Patrick, who do you have between the Bengals and Titans? They're playing in Nashville. Titans, of course, is the number 1 seed in the AFC. So what do you have here? Dominic already has his score, 24-21 Titans.
Ooh.
Where are you going with it, Patrick?
Good score.
I know you were Joe Burrow.
Good score. Look, Titans they're too strong, man. I mean, and Cincinnati is. I don't think they can stop the air attack that Tennessee has. I don't think they can stop the ground attack that Tennessee has. I like the pick, the Titans. So I'm gonna go with the Titans, but I'm actually going a little bit more. I'm going 27-17.
27-17. You know what? Here's the thing, man. Like, I look at both of these teams. Cincinnati is on their way. I think maybe they're probably a year early.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Maybe 2.
Yeah, man, because I mean, I didn't have them winning the AFC North. I had the Baltimore Ravens winning the AFC North. But Cincinnati, they swept Pittsburgh. Crazily, Cleveland swept Cincinnati, which is crazy. But hey, sometimes you know how it is. And
it's the reason why you play the game.
Well, divisions. Some teams are just bad matchups for us. Like for us, the 49ers, we can't beat Seattle. I don't know why, but we cannot beat Seattle. They have our number. We have the Rams number, but the Rams have the Seahawks number and the Cardinals number. So it's weird with some of these matchups sometimes. But he hasn't made Cincinnati won the division, and they have a good young team there that I think is going to make a lot of noise for years to come. But coming into this game in Nashville, Patrick, I do think the offensive line issues for Cincinnati, this is where it starts to catch up. Yeah, Tennessee's pass rush is very good. They can get good pressure with their front 4 and the physicality of the Titans too. They're expected to get Derrick Henry back as well. I really like Tennessee in this game too. They are going to feel disrespected because no one is talking about them, and a lot of people were surprised that they even got the number 1 seed anyway. But we have to remember, they beat Buffalo this year, and they beat Kansas City this year in consecutive weeks, by the way. So, yes, I get it. Buffalo and Kansas City, probably a little better than they were back then. We'll get to that matchup in a little bit as well. But I have Tennessee winning. I'm going to go something like 26-16, man. I think they just control both sides of the line of scrimmage. So I got Tennessee. Now, again, would not be surprised if Cincinnati did sneak in there because I do think highly of Joe Burrow to be able to pull something out. But yeah, if all goes according to plan, I'm with y'all, man. I got Tennessee winning this game too.
Yeah.
So okay. Let's move on to the next game, which is or will be the San Francisco 49ers playing the Green Bay Packers. Now, Patrick, I'll go ahead and go first on this one. Just this one.
Okay.
I think we can beat Green Bay. Now, we played a great game against them in week 3. Green Bay jumped out in front of us, and this game was actually out in Santa Clara, out in the Bay Area. But they jumped out on us 17-0. We came back, took the lead 28-27. And then we left Aaron Rodgers just a little bit too much time. He found Devontae Adams on a couple of big receptions, and then Mason Crosby kicked the field goal, and they beat us 30-28. So Dominic has Packers 28-21. Good score. Mm-hmm. You know how I feel. The one thing the Packers have the problem doing is stopping the run. And we do that well. We run the ball well. So this is a tough matchup for Green Bay.
Yep.
We are a little bit beaten up. Now, I've heard Fred Warner should be good to go at the middle linebacker spot. Nick Bosa is still in concussion protocol. So that's going to be Friday, Saturday to see how that turns out. And Garoppolo has a shoulder problem, but even when Garoppolo's healthy, that's a roller coaster ride in and of itself.
Yeah, even at 100%.
Yeah. So, in saying that, Patrick, I am going to lean toward Green Bay. Game is in Lambeau Field. I want to pick the 49ers really, really bad. And I'm going to be rooting for the 49ers all the way through, representing. But I think, especially with us being a little bit dinged up, Green Bay getting healthy with that bye, they're going to get their left tackle, David Bakhtiari, back. The other Smith, Darius Smith, is supposed to be coming back too. Green Bay is starting to get healthy at the right time. And Aaron Rodgers looks like he's on that mission to get that elusive second championship. So I'm going to pick Green Bay 20. I'm going to go 27-24. I think it's going to be a really close game. Again, would not surprise me at all if my 49ers pull this out. But yeah, I'm going to give a slight nod to Green Bay. 27-24 is my score, Patrick.
Well, I went back and forth on this game several times. And every time I look at this game, man, I'm telling you right now, I am at like 49-51 on who I wanted to pick on this. And as much as I what scares me about the Packers is this every year. Can they win the first game? Can they win it? They got the first week bye this time. Doesn't change the fact that they had the number 1 offense last year, 1 and done. And how many times
they beat the Rams? They beat the Rams. And
they
Tampa Bay in the championship game.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. So 2 and done. Okay. So technically this would be 2 and done again. All right.
Now they struggle in NFC championships.
They do struggle in the playoffs. And I don't know if this is an Aaron Rodgers thing or if this is a Green Bay thing, but it has been this way for years. And everything, I'm telling you, man, everything is telling me pick the Niners because of that right there. Pick the Niners. Just pick them because Aaron Rodgers is going to find a way to throw this game away. It's what keeps going through my head. But I'm going to go against it. Now, I normally don't do this. I'm going to go against it because you're right. Aaron Rodgers does look like he's on a mission. He looks like he is focused. He looks like he has got the game under control. And as long as his wide receivers will do what they're supposed to do and catch the flipping ball unlike they did last season where they didn't catch anything. I think they had like 30,000 freaking drop passes, and Aaron Rodgers was like pinpoint on every one of them. Everything is telling me to pick the Niners, but I'm going to go against it. I think the Niners can pull this off. I really do. I think the Niners can really take it and dominate this team. I really do. But I'm going Packers 31-30.
I like the score, man. I mean, I do think this will be a close game, and like you said, the Packers, they struggle to stop the run, and we always talk about the physical battles in the trenches. One thing Green Bay does that I will say can help them is they run the ball well too. Now we stopped the run pretty well, but Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, that's as good of a 1-2 punch as you have in the running back. Or that's as good as a 1-2 punch with a running back core as there is in the league. And so, I mean, it's gonna be good, man. We obviously we got to find Devontae Adams and contain him. That like we cannot let him run wild on our secondary because that is possible. And if there is a weakness for us, it is the secondary.
Yep.
Our corners are young. We got a rookie coming back there, although Ambry Thomas, he's been playing pretty well. And we got a lot of the other guys back. Emmanuel Mosley, K'Waun Williams, Dante Johnson. We got a lot of those guys back, but we do struggle sometimes in coverage. So our safeties, Jimmy Ward, Dabarsky Tart, they gotta be ready. Gotta be on that their P's and Q's and look out for a big play because Aaron Rodgers will hit them, and if they're able to get a quick strike, get that crowd going in Lambeau Field, it's gonna be it could be a long night. So
and even if you double cover Adams, Rodgers got 3 other people to throw to. So I mean, yeah, you got to contain him, but you got to contain him with one corner. That's what you got to do, and that's going to be hard.
So yeah, man. So all of us got the Packers, man. But again, I will be wearing my 49ers jersey, and again, it wouldn't be surprised me if the 49ers are able to go up there and win. Well, Patrick, let's move on to the Sunday games. Starting with the LA Rams, they will go to Tampa to play the Buccaneers. Now, who do you have on this one? Because honestly, I think this is going to be nip and tuck too.
This one's going to be close. Tampa Bay did not look strong. They looked strong against who they were playing against Philly. But honestly, even your C game was going to beat Philly. I expected Tampa to throw up more points than 31. I think they kind of played with their food in a lot of ways. But I kind of feel like some of these teams when you got Tom Brady as your quarterback, again, it's like what can we do wrong? We got Tom Brady as our quarterback. I am willing to say that the Bucs could win, but I'm actually going to go Rams. I'm going to go Rams, and I think that Matthew Stafford can beat this team with the team that he has that's going on the field. If they can control themselves. Don't penalize yourselves. Don't shoot yourself in the foot for stupid crap like offsides or, whatever. Play the physical game. Don't get hit with too many pass interferences. You can win this game. I think Matthew Stafford can carry this team, and I think he will. I got the Rams. We'll say Rams 24-20.
24-20, good score. Now, Dominic has the Bucs winning 21-18.
Good score. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bucs can win too. I mean, this is such a good series, or this is such a good weekend for these teams. Honestly, I'm not going to argue whichever way anybody goes because they're good picks.
Yeah, it would not surprise me if the other team, whoever we're going for, the other team won. Not at all. This is a tricky matchup for Tampa Bay, and especially on the offensive end. Now we know the injuries Tampa Bay has, well documented. We'll see if Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones come back in the running game or in the running backfield. But you're without Chris Godwin. You have Mike Evans. You have Rob Gronkowski. You have Brashard Perryman. You still have weapons there. The Rams are good at getting pressure with their front four, quick pressure with Aaron Donald especially. And you know you got Leonard Floyd and Von Miller as well. They can get pressure real quick, and they can match up outside with Tampa Bay's weapons. Jalen Ramsey can match up on Mike Evans. The other secondary pieces for the Rams, they can match up with those other Buccaneers receivers pretty well. On the other side, yes, hate to do it, but it is all on Matthew Stafford here. Matthew Stafford has to take care of the ball. He cannot get greedy. Take what is there. Because Tampa Bay struggles against the pass, so they're probably going to play some sort of coverage anyway. Take what is there. Work the middle. Work the flats. Hit Cooper Kupp on these drag routes. Odell Beckham Jr., he's actually played pretty well for the Rams. Hit him on slants. Tyler Higbee, a tight end. Hit him too. Matthew Stafford has to play it clean. He doesn't have to be. I'm not looking for
perfect.
Yeah, I'm not looking for a 400 yards, 30 to 35. Yeah, I'm not looking for that. Just be efficient and attempt to run the football. We mentioned Tampa Bay's run defense. Vita Vea in the middle, we know, we get it. But you still have to run the football. You have to find a way to keep Tampa Bay off balance, keep them honest. And honestly, the Rams are better. Just like what we talked about with the Cowboys, the Rams are better when they're able to run the football as well, simply put. So if those things can happen, the Rams can win this game. I just don't know if Matthew Stafford can play mistake-free football, and that is what is keeping me from picking the Rams here. Everything else points to the Rams. It does to me. But I just don't know if Matthew Stafford can stay clean, and because of that, I'm going to trust Tom Brady, of course, over Matthew Stafford, and I'm going Tampa Bay 28-24.
Good score.
Yeah, that's I just think Tampa Bay being in this situation before, going through this run, and of course having Tom Brady, it's going to be just enough. But this is a difficult matchup for Tampa Bay. Absolutely, it is.
Yep. Hey, good pick, good score. I like it.
All right, man. Well, let's move on to the last game here. Then this one got juicy written all over it. Kind of the other three do too, but this one especially. Buffalo Bills going down to Arrowhead to play the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, we know about this quarterback matchup: Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. Patrick, who do you have in this one?
This one's hard. Everything you said about the Rams and Bucks, man, this one is even harder to pick. But with that being said, the things that the Kansas City made, the adjustments they made mid-season or a little after mid-season, putting this, I mean, literally, they are a 50-50 team. And when I say 50-50, they split their passing and their running up very well. This is not the Patrick Mahomes show. It's not. This is the Kansas City Chiefs show. And when you play Kansas City Chief football the way they have been playing for the past, let's say, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, this team is hard to beat. And I'd have to say, man, it's going to be hard to beat them, especially hard to beat them in Arrowhead. I don't think I think this will be a very, I'm not going to say low scoring game, but it's going to be heavy defense, and offenses are going to have to get around these front four getting pressure. I will say that. So with that being said, I'm going to roll Kansas City. I think this will be a close game for pretty much all the game, for the whole game. I'm going Kansas City 28-27. I do think Buffalo does have a high-powered offense that could definitely score on this Kansas City defense. But as we all know, when you get into playoffs, this is different football. This is smash mouth football, and I think Kansas City has a more, what's the word I'm looking for? A more controlled leader with Patrick Mahomes. So yeah, I like Kansas City in this one, 28-27.
Pat, good score. Patrick, these two teams are pretty much mirror images of each other when I look at them. And I really feel this way about them. They are among the top teams in the league. Okay, understandable. But both of these teams are literally a Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes somewhat off day from going home. Like that's how much I feel. Like these two teams, I get it. It's a quarterback. It's a quarterback. What the hell is that? Oh my god. Whatever. But
You never know what you get.
We get one of those comments per show. But that, I get it, everybody wants to say it's a quarterback driven league, blah 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 blah. But this is the ultimate team sport. These two teams are heavily dependent on their quarterbacks to be, at the very least, sharp. At the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at this matchup, Buffalo's not going to be scared. They're going to come down there and they're going to believe they can go down there and win in Kansas City. And now they did it, of course, in week 5. Did it pretty handily, too. Now, again, Kansas City, better than they were back then. A lot of things have changed. What scares me about Kansas City, Patrick, is even though the defense made those adjustments and they played really, really well through that middle to kind of late stretch of the season, the one game that sticks out to me is the game they lost in Cincinnati. Joe Burrow went off in that game. Jamar Chase had 3 touchdowns in that game. They shredded Kansas City secondary in that game because Kansas City, they like to challenge. They like to challenge. They like to.
But Chase can run like a 40 in like 2 seconds.
That's true. And Buffalo has a lot of weapons there. Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, Gabriel Davis, tight end Dawson Knox can get down the field. They are very similar to what Cincinnati is bringing. And if Kansas City is going to come in here and say, and then they probably are at the beginning, they're going to try to challenge you. Kansas City likes to get up in your face. They like to challenge the receivers. You do that at your own peril against Buffalo's receiving core because Josh Allen will find them and he will also make some runs and there will be some plays to be made. So looking at that, and I think Buffalo's secondary is pretty solid as well to where they can keep Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce somewhat contained. This one might surprise you, man, but I'm going Buffalo. I have Buffalo.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, that's true. We did say that we would surprise it.
Surprise me at all.
Now again, look, Kansas City obviously can win this game. I mean, they're playing an Arrowhead, absolutely, no doubt about it. But I have Buffalo winning. Dominic has Buffalo winning 31-18 is the score he has. I have Buffalo. I think they'll win by a touchdown. I do think that. I got something like I'll go 34-27 is the score that I'll go with this one. I think Josh Allen is on a mission, and I think if Kansas City is going to come up trying to challenge those receivers like that, I think that's going to be that's death. That is death. And I think Patrick Mahomes, if I mean, you would think he could win a shootout, but I don't know, man.
He has to win ball control.
In this particular game, Patrick, I trust Josh Allen a little bit more because Kansas City's not really running the ball well. Like it's just kind of optional, for them. Buffalo actually ran the ball against New England with Devin Singletary and Josh Allen pretty well. If they can continue that, I think that gives them the balance they need. And I think that will be enough, man. I have Buffalo winning 34-27.
A good score, man. No, it doesn't surprise me one bit, man. It's that would be an interesting game, rematch between the Bucks and the Packs. And chances are you might see that.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I mean, you could. I mean, look, I got the Rams, but I mean, it's Tom Brady, and I always tell my friends, even when, and I know I go back to this Atlanta 28-3 game, everybody was like, dude, dude, 70, 80 text. Your Falcons got him, dude. Your Falcons has got him. I was like, it's Tom freaking Brady. Hold on. Don't say nothing. I don't. You as a Braves fan, Falcons fan, Hawks fan, Bulldog fan. Until I see 00, I don't believe I won until I see those 00s. Period. Point blank. Seen in way too many heartbreaks where it comes to the last minute of the game. We're down. We're up by 8 and we lose by 1. I don't know how the hell we do it, but we still do.
Well, all right, Patrick. Well, hey, man, we got to get to these topics before we get on out. So we're going to jump into a little bit of NBA. Dominic, thanks for your picks on those two. Thanks for participating. Appreciate it. Good picks, by the way.
Definitely good picks.
With the NBA, man. So the one thing we really wanted to talk about, Patrick, was the return of Golden State Warriors guard Klay Thompson. Now, Klay Thompson, and I know you feel the same way. He's one of my favorite players. Very good, of course, shooting the three, but he's an excellent defender also, and he just plays well without the ball. Just a complete player. And we know he's been out of the game for 2 years. Tore his ACL in the NBA Finals in 2019 against the Toronto Raptors, and then on that rehab on the way back there, he tore his Achilles before the 2020 season started. Now he's back. He came back last week against Cleveland, and you could tell he's got to get his wind back, got to get his legs under him. But man, it just felt great to see Klay Thompson back on the court and actually looking explosive with it, though. Hey, nothing wrong with being a Raptors fan, Dominic. They did win the championship a few years ago.
They did win a championship a couple years back, so don't be.
Yeah.
Hey, the only person that says anything is, "Hey, I'm a Hawks fan. Don't laugh."
Yeah.
Oh, that one. As a matter of fact, I'm laughing as I say it. So
I'm an OKC Thunder fan, so take that with you. But great to see Klay Thompson on the court, man. And to me, you're going to get James Wiseman back as well. The Warriors, to me, are the favorite to me. When they're able to get whole and get everybody else back, they are it. I don't give a damn about the Brooklyn Nets. I don't give a damn about the Los Angeles Lakers. These two teams that are overhyped and over talked about anyway, and haven't done anything. And I mean, we're talking more about the Lakers honestly sucking more than anything else. The Nets, they can't stay healthy and they can't get any chemistry anyway. I mean, they got Kyrie Irving as a part-time player, and honestly, that's probably more of a status than it normally is because he's always hurt. So whatever.
The fact that they've had him for the past 3 games straight is actually a surprise.
Yeah, the dude is fragile.
And on top of that, I don't even. He's having a real. he doesn't want to take the vaccination as well. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of factors that's even moving him even to playing less games. So
yeah, and his choice, right? Like that's
absolutely, I respect it. I have
gotta,
no problem with it.
all right, yep, and that's the
But
thing.
understand that regardless of your situation, regardless of um, your opinion on the vaccination or not, understand that other people have their opinions too. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'm not vaccinated, and I don't plan on getting it. And if somebody told me I'm gonna, you either keep your job and get vaccinated, or you lose your job and you don't, deuces. I'm not taking it. It's just personal opinion. But
And there's consequences to those decisions, and then and that's
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. But I will never fault anybody for taking it. It's just how I feel, and for him to, I mean, I do respect him for the fact that he does stand up for what he believes in, and that personal case, that personal opinion. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he's decided not to take it. Yeah, obviously, you're probably going to lose playing time for it. It is what it is.
But you know what, Patrick? Even even if the Nets were healthy, personally, I don't care. I don't care if they're healthy. I don't think they're going to do anything. They don't play no defense. Don't care. Like the Nets, when it comes down in the playoffs, they're going to struggle because they are perimeter oriented and they don't stop anybody. So give me the Milwaukee Bucks all day, every day over them to come out.
Give me the Heat over them. Give me
Yeah,
the Bulls over them.
they play defense. Yeah, the Bulls, yeah, all of them, and definitely the Warriors coming out of the West. Now, I still think the Nuggets will be heard from too. Because I mean, I had
didn't Cleveland even beat them a couple nights back?
Yeah. Cleveland beat Brooklyn the other night. Yeah, sure did. But I mean, your standings here, you got the Bulls and Heat tied for first right now. The Nets are third. Cavs fourth.
No, the Bulls are in first.
Did they win tonight? Because the standings I see, they're tied with the Heat.
I see the standings as a slight win. They're 27-15, and the Heat is 28-16.
Yeah, all right. So percentage points.
Percentage wise,
the Bulls have it.
The Bulls have it, yes.
So yeah. So I mean, yeah, they got the percentage. I mean, I guess record wise, kind of. I mean, the Heat have played a couple more games than the Bulls have right now. But yeah, Bulls are sitting there, and I mean, they're having a pretty good year. I mean, they're the changes and the moves they made, I like their moves. So we'll see if they're able to maintain that. But for my money, give me the Bucks. I'm still
give me
there.
The Bucks, give me the Bulls, give me the Heat. I'll take them over the Nets any day. And yeah, like you said, Klay Thompson, it was good to see him back on this court, and that knee looks strong. So
it does look like he did a good job of the rehab. For me, it's them and the Nuggets for me. So let's get to this, Patrick, real quick before we head on out. Major League Baseball. So there's a real danger here, and we knew it coming in because the Players Union and MLB, they are, as usual, way far off on everything. So
yeah,
here's what you got: spring training.
It looks like the house, doesn't it?
Yeah, right.
But 2 6-month vacations a year. Sure, why not?
Right. But here's what you got. Spring training is supposed to start. It's scheduled to start next month, the 16th, February 16th.
February 16th.
The regular season opening day is supposed to be March 31st. So they are nowhere near a deal. Yeah. They are nowhere near a deal. I guess MLB threw something out there, or maybe it was the Players Union threw something out there, I think last week. And MLB. Yeah, and the Players Union wasn't having it. Like this was supposed to be the start of conversations. They went nowhere. They were pretty much done in 5 minutes. So
the whole meeting lasts 20 minutes total.
That is pathetic. I mean, so
yeah, bad.
So Patrick, man, look, just quick question, quick answer here. There's going to be a delay, right? I mean,
I don't think there's going to be a season.
You don't think it's gonna be a season? Oh God, okay.
I mean, if we do get a season, it's going to be one of those condensed seasons, and I don't like those condensed seasons. I mean, anybody can win a 60 game season. Anybody. I don't like those. You know, give me my traditional 162 games, and let's see who has the longevity to win. A personal opinion, I don't think we have a season next year.
Patrick, you know,
yeah, I mean, you know, no season.
But Patrick, no. I mean, I do think I think they get some sort of condensed season in there. I do. I don't think they go without a season. I'm close with you on that. Don't get me wrong, but I think it'll probably be something like an 80 game season, 60 game season. They'll get their act together somewhere around what the normal, I guess, all-star break would be. I think they'll probably get something together then. With that being said, Patrick, if your proclamation is true,
There's baseball done.
Yeah, there's going to be a permanent loss of a lot of fans of baseball. I mean, permanent. Because this whole going back and forth during the COVID pandemic, I guess we're still in it, unfortunately. But the whole that season 2020. I mean, they had the chance. They could have had everything to themselves because everything else had shut down. They could have had a hand in helping to bring the country together, and yet they're over here still fighting. Can't get it
over money.
Over money.
Yeah.
So that
very disappointing and disheartening.
It is, and that did a lot of damage. You saw a little bit during the full season. If there's any loss of the season, Patrick, there's going to be some big time damage. And I'm with you. I think baseball would be damn near close to being done.
If the only way they'd be able to reconstruct that is have to reconstruct that for a real World Series. Like United States has something, and then they play against Japan, and really put a real World Series together. It's the only way they're going. They would be able to get it reconstructed, because Japan ain't losing anybody. I can tell you that right now. Cuba, they ain't losing nobody. You know what I'm saying? Venezuela, they're still playing. Everybody overseas is still playing. If we lose something here, we will have to go overseas to pull that together.
Well, all right, Patrick. Well, we gotta get on out, man. So, so that will conclude this edition of the Breath of Fresh Air webcast. Y'all make sure y'all go to the Breath of Fresh Air YouTube channel and smash that subscribe button, and keep the likes coming on the Breath of Fresh Air Facebook page. Dominic, much respect to you tonight, showing up, man, after your team lost and giving the picks and all that, man. Thanks for coming on, man, and we love that. Much respect to you for there. Will, thanks for coming on there with us as well. And keep this in mind, y'all. Again, we do this every Tuesday night. So come on here, interact with us, leave comments, and we'll go ahead. We'll talk to them good, bad, or indifferent. Just be there with us. And we are here. We're here. We're coming. Big things is coming for this webcast. We here, just so you know. With that, y'all take it easy. Y'all have a great rest of the week, and we will see y'all soon.